Welcome back, guys, to another MTGO Modern League with me, Magix, and after Companions got nerfed, I have this itch to try out Yidaro in Blue Moon and see how it can perform in this kind of new meta. So, let's see and go!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Alright, let's go. First match. Seems like it's at least no Yorion deck. I still think that you can play Yorion if you want to. Like, I think that the additional cost for putting it into your hand in a deck like Band is, yeah, rather manageable. But I want to cut down on my MTGO budget a little bit, so I can't rent around 1k ticks decks anymore. That's ridiculous, only doing it for one deck in around 10 days per month and paying 60 euros for that, so let's try out this Blue Moon deck. What I like about Yidaro is that you can still, just cycle it as an instant speed kind of draw. Of course, cycling it for 2 mana is a little bit pricey, but there are turns where you might not do anything really, so be okay. Here our opponent leads on Soulscar Mage with a Spire Bluff Canal. So it could be an aggressive is a deck. I think with Archmage's Charm in hand, I kind of expect him to have a Force of Negation, but I still think taking 3 and bolting that here should be fine. Then he could play Sprite Dragon next turn, and then we don't have an immediate answer though. If I give him too much time, he can play more lands and counter our bolt anyways. Could take it with Archmage Charm too. It's crazy to just go for Serum Visions and try to draw into more business. Maybe not. I really think I need the bolt against the Sprite Dragon. That's the issue. So let's actually lead with Island Serum Visions and go from there. And we take some additional damage. If he only goes with Sprite Dragon next turn, then it won't be that much damage, so let's start with Serum Visions. Now, Spell Snare could be fine for the next turn. If the dragon does not hit immediately, we could snare it on the stack and go with Bolt and hold up Snare. Let's see if we get punished for that. If he plays Bright Dragon at all. No, just more Soulscar Mages. I think that's fine for now. I think we fetch Steam Vents here now. He fetches, then we fetch in response, so he can't do any real shenanigans here. Never know. Alright, let's hope he doesn't Blood Moon us or something. That would be awkward. Not the end of the world. Just takes care of our Archmage Charm. Okay, comes the bauble. Bauble is still played without Lurus. But it makes sense for the dragon, so I hope that Spell Snare now can catch the dragon. I will definitely Spell Snare here. Take the damage and then bolt the Soulscar Mage. Probably wait just another turn. In case he has a Sprite Dragon now. Try to Archmage Charm end of turn. Still at 12, so... yeah, no effects right now. Okay, then we go to 11. Fine by me. Another Soulscar Mage, sure. Light up the stage. Now I kind of want to prevent that. But I can't really. Damn, this is annoying. Okay. Bauble, and there is the Sprite Dragon after all. Okay, do you play the dragon now? Okay, then we go for a basic island here. He has only one more card in hand, so... get rid of the dragon. Yeah, get your prowess here. Blood Moon. Well, when he has only red spells to cast. That's too greedy right now, right? Let's just take that. Prepare the Blood Moon for the next turn, maybe. Just ship it here. Swift Spear, yeah. Another Swift Spear. Okay, good that we didn't Blood Moon. Lightning Bolt too? Yeah, of course. But of course... okay. Now we hope that he doesn't rip. Yep. He found one removal spell here. It's unfortunate. Anamorphose? No, this is the dragon. Okay. Attacks us for 1, then we are in bolt range anyways. Do we need Mystic Sanctuary now for Archmage Charm? I don't think so. We have at least 2 jump blockers here. Let's hold up the Cryptic, I guess. Mage Charm anyways. No time for this Blood Moon here. He has still Manamorphose and stuff like that, so... let's see. Yep. And we go to 2. Then we fetch to 1. And hope to survive. Don't want to bounce this. I need some answers. And we are still burning the deck. The lightning bolt at least. Bolt this now before he draws a Force of Negation or something. Well, we hope he doesn't rip removal spell and that we get another turn. Oh my god. Draw some lands! Come on! Yeah, then we're dead. Fuck. Right, put in more removal. Put in Dragon's Claw, put in Aether Gust, maybe even Flusterstorm. Get rid of Force, honestly. Cryptic is too slow. Remand doesn't look good. Probably cut a few of these dinos, or rather the Blood Moons. Yeah, this is mostly survive and then kill him with Bonecrusher or something like that. Oh, we try it again. Dragon's Claw, I think we have a good card here in the matchup. Also have even more interaction now. Just have to draw more than 2 lightning bolts. Then it would have been great. Well, we will see. So it's just kinda like the mono red Prowess deck, but splashes blue for Sprite Dragon and possibly some counter spells in the sideboard for the ramp decks or something, like Aether Gust. So Blood Moon has not really a lot of value. Yeah, that looks good. We just hold up Bolt on 1. Do we though? Like, do I want to bolt the 1-drop, or do I want to keep the bolt for the dragon? No, I think I will keep it. And just start with the mountain. Keep it up, I mean, and yeah. Bolt the 1-drop, play the Dragon's Claw on turn 2 and go from there. Archmage's Charm is a little bit awkward with the basic mountain, but well. Just hope to draw into more removal. Yeah, all in all, I think Lyros decks took a hit because these decks were playing very efficiently low curves and paying 3 just to get a card in your hand and then wait another turn to play it out, and those decks is not worth it. You lose too much time there, and if it's just about the card advantage, there is other stuff you could play, like light up the stage, cards like that, so don't think that is that useful. Whereas Yorion decks like the Scapeshift deck, it's ramping anyways, and it only casted the Serpent when it really had no more other stuff to do, so I think those decks or like Band Control are not really hit. Sure, then you pay like 3 mana and 5 mana for 8 mana draw 3 or something. It's not impressive anymore, but still better than doing nothing. So I also think that burn probably keeps the Lurrus, just because if you flood out and have nothing else to do, might as well pay 3 to draw a card that is always Lurrus, right? Better than nothing, and probably better than the 15's sideboard card anyways, but the Prowess decks I don't think want Lurrus anymore, or Death Shadow or stuff like that. Alright. Cryptic Mage, use the ability, yes. Now it will be harder for him to kill us. Yes. Right, then he draws. We keep up Abrade here. I don't expect him to have counter spells, honestly. Next turn we could also Archmage Charm it. But I want to opt into something. So I don't want to shock and Steam Vents yet. If he goes with Sprite Dragon, we will Abrade that. Alright. Let's opt first. We find an Anger or something. Nope. Mana Leak. Could also Mana Leak that here. Like, stop his train. Take a few hits. Next turn we have Mystic Sanctuary too. I think that might still be an Abrade turn here. But let's leave Archmage's Charm up in case he has a Battle Unraveler or something. Who knows? Another Crash Through, sure. Do you play Counterpose board? No, you don't. Okay, nothing happens. And then we draw Bonecrusher, which is fine. And let's actually put Archmage's Charm back on top. Draw some cards next turn. And ship the turn back here. Now we can use the ability here. So that will always stop the Swift Spears. Okay, then everything dies, sure. Bedlam Reveler, yeah. I feared that. Oh, fuck. Well, now he has a big friend, so let's draw into more stuff here. Major Shram, one turn too late. Double Stomp. Have to find our Magmatic Sinkhole or something. Sure, take 3, do you pump it, then we gain the life anyways. Yes. Take 3 more. Oh. I wonder how many lightning bolts did he draw. Alright, then we go to 12. Is this another Bedlam? Alright, here, sometimes you can chain them, one in another. Third one, can't do shit against that. Flusterstorm doesn't do anything anymore. This is surely fun. Now I kind of need the blocker, so it's very tough here. And he has 4 cards again. Another lightning bolt. Gosh, stop killing me. Third lightning bolt, third Bedlam Reveler. And the lava spike. We go to 3 right now. Let's cycle the turtle now, so that we can at least force something, but dead on board. Don't have the removal for that. He still has Lava Dart in the graveyard, so can't do anything. Yeah, Anger is too late. I should have not used the Mana Leak so early. Just used the Abrade there. Now we are dead. Even Dragon's Claw could win that. Probably misplayed it with the Mana Leak on the Manamorphose. I should have just used Abrade there on one of the Swift Spears, something. But it's tough without real blockers in these matchups. And no Uro. Let's try again. Well, we have a lot of Blood Moons, but no Red Source. No Cantrip, only Mana Leak on 2. If we find any other land that is a red source, like a fetch land or Steam Vents or something, I think this hand would be okay. So we could gamble or take a mulligan. Let's gamble and see how the deck performs. Sanctuary turn 1 go. And we play against Tron, so Blood Moon has text. if we find the red source. If we find the red source by next turn. If not, well, we are dead. If not, we are dead. Yep, GG. Guess we have another turn. Oh god. Horrible start in this league. Not a good showing. Can at least mana leak a Karn that costs 7. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Let's leak that. Maybe he doesn't have any more land drops, and if we drop the Blood Moon, he spins his wheels, trying to get somewhere. But if we don't draw the red source, we are dead, I think. Yep, GG's. Well, I guess if we never draw the third land anyways, then it doesn't really matter if we have the red source or not. Can still mana leak the Karn. Sanctum. Just another tower, alright. Okay. Yeah, GG's. Draw the other island, no fetch land. Pack in Rejection, pack in Aether Gust against Choke or Veil of Summer. Sometimes they have it. I guess we can put in Ashiok. Do we have something worse? I think we need Mana Leak and Remand. We need all the counters here. We need Blood Moon. I think that Lightning Bolt is too weak and that Spell Snare is really weak. Maybe even Sinkhole is too weak. Bolt can at least kill a Khan after the down tick. Whereas Sinkhole can also kill a Threat task, whereas this can't do anything. We need anything more, I mean, can't kill Worm Coil. Maybe Worm Coil is a reason to bring in Abrade, but that Fire Prophecy is a little bit better, and Bonecrusher can at least be a 4-3. So let's try it. Yeah, again, only one land. Deck hates us. Here we go, that looks better. With that hand, actually pitch the Fire Prophecy. Go for a blue source and yeah, hope to find Blood Moon somewhere. Reject the map if he has it here. A relic. Well, guess we can reject that too. Makes our Snapcasters worth, so bye bye relic. No map here could mean that he has natural Tron or something, so who knows? Yeah, smells like it. There's the land we wanted. Another rejection, that is good. Okay, he has no Tron here, so let's try to find a Blood Moon or something. Also take a Snapcaster Mage that can flash opt or rejection next turn. Okay, Archmage Charm can't be cast right now. And we have the Blood Moon, but we are lacking islands here. So I think we can wait on the Blood Moon a little bit longer. Try to find more islands first. Of course, we fizzle again. Next turn he could have a Threat Task, or just goes nuts if we don't drop the Blood Moon now. Tapping out feels so awkward. I'm desperate and guess that I even want to kill my own Snapcaster Mage. Just to cycle one of these dead cards here. There we go, there we go. Now we can't use his green cards anymore, and we still have rejection up. What the heck is that? What? That is a walking ballista. Aha. Great MTGO. Why not? Perfect. Now, if nothing happens, we will draw a few cards. He only needed that one Tron piece, I guess. That gives him a forest. I don't want that. Then we attack. Cycle our dinosaur turtle again. Okay. Third one. Next time we have a fat dinosaur in play. With trample. Well, I like both of those. Aether Gust can even prevent ancient stirrings of an egg or something like that. Or a scrying, so that's fine. Okay, he concedes anyways. Well, game 3. Now it will be harder. Not sure if we really want the Bonecrusher Giant. Let's take in the Abrade to deal with Oblivion Stone or something like that. Or a fat walking ballista. This is too slow on the draw. It's a little bit better. Again, it lacks the third land drop, and we have again a Sanctuary in hand. Prefer to have them in the deck, not in the hand, but yeah. Opponent mulligans to 5, probably never finds Tron here. Okay, this could be a turn 3 Tron. An opt. I can't opt here. If he has turn 3 Tron, we need Remand or Mana Leak, so. Yeah, he has turn 3 Tron. Aether Gust can answer at least the Thrag Tusk. This is tower. There's still 4 cards in hand. So, what will it be? Kind of want to Mana Leak first, but I think we need another land drop. That is the issue here. I think we go with Remand. Well, if nothing happens, we can just opt. That's also fine. Or another map. I can't prevent that, right? So, sure, have your map. Could be another tower, then he has maybe Ulamog or something. In that case, we need Island into Blood Moon. Sylvan Scrying. I think now we have to do it, like, I need Island into Blood Moon here, I think. No way around that. Force is fine. If he does not have an Ulamog in hand, he just goes for 10 mana, so it's probably game over. Just draw another Force. There's the island. And I guess the next card would have been the Blood Moon, right? That is the story of my life here. Come on. Does not drop the tower immediately. Okay. Interesting. Why wouldn't you grab Sanctum of Ugin then? So what's the big play here? He still has a Walking Ballista or something. That would be awkward. Let's force that. The reason why I force here is that I don't want to grab him a Sanctum of Ugin, because then he will probably find the Ulamog. Now he has still 7 mana, but we can Mana League a Karn here, so... Exactly. And then next turn we have Archmage Charm up. Or we Blood Moon, depending on what we draw. Okay, draw another island, sure. Okay, he just draws lands. Yeah, well then. I guess we have to draw some business. Cryptic is good. Rejection is good. Okay. Still have Aether Gust against Veil of Summer or Thragtusk. That will come up. And he draws this fucking Eldrazi anyways. Come on. Oh, I hate you, Tron. I hate you, Tron. Well then, drop the land again. To find more business. Hopefully he just has green cards in hand. Can't really play them out. Come on, where's my Blood Moon? Where's my Blood Moon at? There it is. There it is! Gotcha. Okay. We can still answer a Thragtusk if it comes down with Bolt and Aether Gust. We can answer a Wormcoil Engine or something. I can't answer the choke immediately, but we can do it next turn. I did. It's a good draw, I think. Okay, just a mine, at least. There's a Wormcoil Engine. What will it be? Phone Call, Walking Ballista. Fully just a Ballista for 3. Phone Call Engine. Yeah, I think we have to let that resolve because of the choke, right? Then just bounce it back to hand or something. Yeah. Can't fight about that thing. Puts it on top, of course. We have an Abrade too. That can't deal with it. So he has a choke and 1 unknown. Sylvan Scrying. 3, 6, 7. I think the 8 card doesn't do anything. Now I can't really bounce that, so I think we have to Abrade here and bolt one of the tokens. And hope to draw like a Snapcaster Mage or something. Right. I could also take this token now. Yeah, with that we have to counter draw, counter bounce. I think at this stage it's counter draw. Hope he doesn't have Whale of Summer here. We go to 4, I guess. See what happens here. That's why I kept it here, but now we still have to deal with that worm. Okay, I found the snap for that. And found another snap. I don't think we have time for Ashiok. Alright, then we have another snap, and he is in top deck mode with us, but we need a lot of time here to win. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more land drop and he can Ulamog us again. But it will be harder for him to find it. Could cycle a Cryptic here. I think I'm in for that. So he doesn't have a Dismember or something. Right. I'll keep that in hand. Do we have the Magmatic Insight still in the deck? I think yes, so that would be a fine target to cycle with it. I guess that would need a creature, but yeah. Let's keep it in hand for now. I think we are fine with 7 mana. Okay, another land drop. The Snapcaster Mage. Can start Archmage Charming or just another snap in play, but let's keep that one for now. Alright, put him down to 20 finally again. Could even cast our turtle soon, the hard way. Another engine. Have to counter that. Let's actually reject that, because if he has a Whale of Summer, we can still Aether Gust the Whale or something. Exactly. Where's my Aether Gust? There it is. Though it's still fine for him, because we are playing our entire hand out here. And we still need 4 turns to win. Puts it on the bottom. Makes sense. And he needs a good top deck, like a Walking Ballista before. We just draw lands, of course, so plays a forest, okay. Fair. Not another land, oh come. Please draw a map or something. Okay. We are top decking lands here, but at least we have the board presence. Yeah, let's keep that in hand for now. And he concedes, but he had still one more top deck. Like, okay, we would have drawn an island, then just another Blood Moon, so we would have just drawn air here for a long time. Top decks, a Eugen or a Wormcoil, we can't do anything, even a Thragtusk would just down here. So. Alright, third match, here we go. On the draw again. Well, if it's not burn or something, it looks fine. We have an opt into nothing, but might draw into something. I think you can't mulligan something like that. Oh, and then we play against Tron once again. Probably has double temple now, and we draw the third snap, which is horrible. What is up with all these Tron decks? Well, at least we have the Blood Moon. He does not have a Thought-Knot Seer here. The Eternal Scourge. Well, that can be cast under Blood Moon all the time. Don't have time for you right now. Could deal with it. Please don't drop a Smasher next turn. Well, since we can't counter anyways, might as well kill it now. In one of these snaps here, and hope to find an island or something. Okay, then the second effect fizzles apparently. So you have to deal the damage. Mimic. To the Scourge again. Just drawing Blood Moons. Yikes! This deck doesn't like us today. Chalice on 1. Yeah. And a Meta Reshaper. Sure. Let's kill the Mimic. It's no good well to deal with this Eternal Scourge, so I think that thing will kill us eventually. Yeah, then we only have Archmage Charm here. We take 6, and we are dead. Don't see a good way out of this. Like, we have to drop the Blood Moon now, kind of, so that we prevent Reality Smasher or something, but I will never be able to get rid of that thing. We are not fast enough, and then we are dead. So we pack in the removals and the rejections. Not sure about Spell Snare. Like, it can grab also the Mimic or Chalice, I guess, but if the Chalice drops, it's a horrible top deck anyways. Don't know if they play Karn or not. Guess there's not a lot that Bonecrusher Giant can kill. They could kind of combine it with a Bolt at least. They can block Thought-Knots here. Maybe the Prophecy is too cute. Maybe the Force is too cute. Could also see ourselves drop the Serum Visions to reduce the 1-drops. This doesn't kill enough, I think. Let's try it like this. Eldrazi decks are probably a bad matchup. Well, at least we have a Blood Moon again with 1 basic island. And again the Mystic Sanctuary here. target to stomp at least. And that thing again. God. There's a reason you want Thing in the Eyes, actually. So much issues dealing with that. It's not funny. Yeah. Guy. Then we die against a 3-3 or something. Guess we have to answer it and counter it on the stack or something. Please don't have a waste or a map. Okay. Serum Powder. Well, that gives him the colorless he needs. So Blood Moon probably not good enough. We draw the Cryptic. I think I can concede against this Smasher here. Mimic. Sure. I'll go to 11, I guess. Seems to me like we are a worse Blood Moon deck than any Yorion with Astrolabe, which is kind of ridiculous, but well. So we take 5 here. Just attack with it. Okay. And then we fall to 6. Guess we're dead. Sure. Yep. So Blood Moon killed us in hindsight. Did not have any maps or Cavernous Souls, so it's useless. And it's still worse than out of any Astrolabe Abundant Growth deck. This Blood Moon, it's so funny. Alright. Yeah, another Blood Moon hand. Let's hope that it's good again. At least this time we have 2 basic islands. And we can kill something on turn 2. And probably pitch a land, or if the Blood Moon is not good, we can at least get rid of it. And opponent mulligans till infinity, so it could be another Tron deck. Yep. Third time is the charm. Sorry for a not very interesting league here, but MTGO decides to play Tron now that Lurrus aggro is gone. Which is weird, but well. We draw Archmage Charm, which does nothing afterwards again. Drop the moon, ship the turn. Do we have an O-Stone? Oh, he had Natural Tron. We need another island. Only 6 in the deck. Archmage Charm doesn't do anything. Destroying lands. Nice Sanctuary. Just keeps drawing lands, and he probably has less than we in the deck. Very well. An island? There is no island, so I guess with Opt we can look further. We have to hold up Mana League. Six land drops NP. Ship the turn. Seventh land drop? No, finally he does something. So we take that with us. Hmm? I think we can actually opt here and just kill it with Fire Prophecy and then attack with our Bonecrusher. Yeah, let's actually opt here. That's fine. We can go back up. Sinkhole, okay. Come on, come on. Ah, stop giving me land drops, deck. That's so annoying. 2, 3, 4. When this costs 2, sure. And now the Khan comes and kills us. Is that how it goes? Oh, deck. Oh, deck. Yeah, well. That went horrible. With all the maps in the world. I can end of turn Sinkhole and bolt it. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we can't do that even. So we have to let the Bonecrusher Giant die. Yeah. Gosh. Opted too much. Did not find the third island in time. Block. And hold. Island. Island. Okay, Bonecrusher at least. Fire Prophecy. Okay, it's a deal. And the Cryptic. We can snap Remand for yet another turn. One more land drop and he has Ulamog. Where is my island? Give me my island. Yeah, there's the land drop. Now he can drop Ulamog. Go ham again. Just draw more Cryptics. Karn again, okay. Well, at least we have one more Remand to work with here. We now don't find the third mana, we are screwed. There it is, lucky. Oblivion Stone, no, just another scrying. So at least no Ulamog in hand. At least that is something. Okay, takes 8 here. So we know 2 of his cards. Alright. He should be dead here. Yeah, no, he's definitely dead. Unless he has a dismember. No, because then he takes 4 anyways, so... Dino attack. Right. Now we have to play around Choke again. Bonecrusher was fine just because it could attack, but on average, I don't know. I think that Prophecy doesn't have enough targets all in all. And the question is, what else do we cut here? I'm not that much of a fan of Spell Snare, it only counters the Sylvan Scrying, that's it. What can it kill? Nothing really, it's just an aggressive beater. So Bolt can kill a smaller Walking Ballista and the leftover Worm tokens, but therefore Fire Prophecy is a little bit better. Though it can only hit creatures, so I guess Bolt is more aggressive. Can also kill players. Now Sinkhole won't make much of a difference. Let's try it like that. Now this issue is Whale of Summer and Choke. I have one land with a cantrip, but the rest seems fine. We have Rejection, Remand, Abrade against an O-Stone and a Clock. Yeah. I think we have to gamble for land drops. If we hit the land drops, this hand looks good. We have 2 opts here. Do we counter a map if he plays it here? Okay, we can't counter a scrying. Okay. Okay. So probably Natural Tron with 1 payoff. So we have to find some lands now. It's not a land. That is at least a land for Remand. Possibly the worst land we could find. Okay. Need my basic island. Now we could be greedy and just shatter the egg so that he doesn't have green mana. It seems like he is fizzling on Tron. You know what he has Scrying in hand. He needs to exactly hit the mine. He will redraw. So we will draw a basic island next turn, and then we have to drop the Blood Moon, and then we don't have any counter up anyways. So what do we do here? Do we shatter it? Then he will redraw, but he doesn't have green mana. I think this is a shatter line. And hope he fizzles on the mine drop. Or on any green source. Okay, he has the green source, but... yeah, okay, he can cast it now. Well, then we are forced to Blood Moon. With one blue source again. Of course. Have to draw more blue sources in the future. But at least now we can still opt or reject. Might actually want to keep the Yidaro in hand, just to kill him. And we have to answer that now, because I don't have the Abrade anymore. It was a gamble, of course, but... yeah. Now we have to hold up Mana Leak. Okay, nothing happens. Can cycle once. Let's draw an island or something. Yeah, I think we are still cycling here. Yeah, there's an island. Perfect. Okay, only one more and then we can cast everything. Right, then we'll probably end of turn, Bonecrusher, and then cast it next turn. Place a Walking Ballista for 2, that would be a fine target here. I like Bonecrusher as a card. Really puts up pressure. So maybe you just want more Bonecrusher Giants instead of Yidaro. It's also good against Icefang Quartal, right? It answers it and you can still cast a 4-3 later. So I think that is fine. Another Blood Moon. Would be good against a Nature's Claim, but... let's keep it in hand for now. Okay, third island, so now we can cast everything in the deck. Goes to 10, we have 6 burn in hand, so unless he kills the Bonecrusher now, we have him. We still have 2 mana leaks up. Sure. Go to 6. Alright. Lost against Eldrazi-Tron, won 2 times against Big Tron. Tron. Last match, 2-2 now. As cool as Yidaro is, I think... I wonder if just more Bonecrusher Giants are the answer. Can always target face with them, or Maybe a Planeswalker or something. Maybe alongside Thing in the Eyes. The cool thing is that it doubles as a removal spell, at least in some matchups. There we go. Last match. Alright, we are on the draw again, so, well, Remand is better on the play, but we still have a Force and Fire Prophecy, so to keep this, I think. Is this another Tron deck? Takes a mulligan to 6. Takes a mulligan to 5. Is it Tron again? I call this a Tron League. Here, okay, mulligan to 5, Snow-Covered Forest. What will it be? I think we have to bolt here yet. Okay, he misses a land drop. Now, that is a strange of Yidaro, kind of. If the opponent does nothing and does not play into our counter spells, then we can just cycle it end of turn. And eventually we can drop him. Or is it humans or something? If you control 4 or fewer lands, search your library for a basic land. I don't know what's going on, so I guess we remand. What the heck is he playing? Which modern deck plays this card? We could force it, actually. And the next turn we have Snap Remand. That is his entire turn. Is it a Gyruda deck without Gyruda as a companion, maybe? Glittering Wish. Jeskai Ascendancy or something? Okay, 2 Yidaros, so we will get there with our hasty Flash Trample 8/8 draw card. Okay, no, he does nothing, then we start cycling. Cycle again. Alright. Drop the land. Ship the turn back. Now we have Snap Force too. Why isn't he casting his other enchantment spell anymore? Don't need more lands. Give me some action. I think we can still wait one more turn with a snap. Stick Sanctuary, that could be fine. He doesn't play anything. Remanding back to hand now is very cool. Oh, okay. That explains something. Sure. Now, how many counter spells do you have? So we know that one card is at least the enchantment card that finds lands. Yeah. The second dino. Edge of Autumn. Kill one. Kill one. Draw for turn. Ship the turn. I don't want to tap out here. Who knows what's going on there. 2 dinos are done. Okay, now we have an instant speed 8/8 that will win this game. Then we put Force back on top just in case. Then recycle into Force. Put Remand back on top. Oh. Why didn't we draw into Force there? Who knows? Who knows? Should have actually drawn into Remand with these first cycling into Force. Don't know why I made the mistake there or what happened exactly, but well. 2/4, 2/4. Can tap that. Weird. Very weird. Okay, Flusterstorm, Aether Gust. Don't need Sinkhole. Ashiok is a fine win condition. Don't need Bonecrusher. Guess Blood Moon can also win. No, that's not true because they play Manamorphose and stuff like that. Guess it's not Blood Moon. Try it like that. Could bring in Lantern just because it cycles. That's probably too cute. Alright, let's try it. Playing against the new Brand deck. Yeah. This hand is awkward. We will never cast Archmage Charm, really. We only have one Spell Snare, which does nothing against Eldritch Evolution. Guess we can do better, honestly. All that is not better. Could do better, but then we only draw... MTGO. Well, maybe he doesn't have Mystical Dispute, then the Ashiok could win. Yep, and then we are dead. GG's. Well played. Next match. Let's try to draw better 7, maybe with Force or Flusterstorm. Or even Aether Gust, because that plays around Whale of Summer. Yeah, this hand has at least a Force. So, any hand with Force is good, I think. Takes a mulligan to 6. Now I want to draw Flusterstorm and Aether Gust, then I'm happy. We lead with a fetch land and give him more things to think about. Don't have to crack it yet. If I tap this, maybe he just goes all in or something. Where he can win with Pact of Negation and we can't, and this way maybe he thinks about Spell Snare. Okay, misses land drops. And we have the Aether Gust, so I think now we can't lose anymore unless he has a handful of Pact of Negations. If nothing happens here, we just drop Ashiok next turn and that's game. Alright, GG. Fun and interactive Magic in this league. I should have cycled this. Drop it. Mill the next land drops. Extra tilting for the 2 lands that are down there. Alright, so we made the 3-2 in the end, I guess. Of course, I made the misplay in the first game, where I think I should have saved the Mana Leak. Then we would have Mana Leak the first Bedlam Reveler, and probably would have stayed in the game. Oh. Yeah, this matchup is like always, do you have Force? Yes, no. If no, do you have Aether Gust? And that's about it. We hit his win condition. Okay, 1 Spirit Guide down, 1 Rider down. And this deck can't deal with Eternal Scourge, at least not without Thing in the Eyes. Okay, another Yidaro. Turn back. Hold up Cryptic Remand. Bounce that, draw. Cycle. End step, discard 2. Play the land, ship the turn back. Let's do the same play all over again. Right. Can put one Cryptic back on top. We will never get more than one land drop. Really. Maybe 2. He still has to deal with the Ashiok. We draw the Cryptic, play the land, ship the turn. Okay. Yes. Let's draw. And remand our Cryptic, put it back into our hand. Can still pay. Sure. So he just cycles his stuff, I guess. Ship the turn back. 3 Well of Summer's gone now. Still don't know how he wants to win here. Okay, pitches another Spirit Guide for the Spirit Guide beatdown or what? Nothing. Okay. Turn that, draw a card. Okay. Put Cryptic back on top. And ship the turn back. Alright, let's pick it up. Fetch an island. Bounce that, draw a card. Searching for Yidaros here mostly. Or Archmage Charms, sure. Okay, pitches another rider, so he has only one more in the deck. Or whatever. Oh, two more, I think. One is here, one is there. Okay, so he still has land drops in hand. I guess we stop bouncing. Draw two. Still drawing more lands. Okay, what is happening now? Glittering Wish. Something is up with that. Something is up with that. You can use that, of course, through Ashiok, because it's choose and not search. So let's pick the Cryptic back up. Yes, and go. Okay. Turn 17 now, turn 16. Down to 11. Where are my Snapcasters? There they are. Okay. Now we have a win condition. Finally. I mean, he can still have more Nourishing Shoals, and then it just gains more life, I guess. So let's actually opt. Keep the cards coming. Maybe find some turtles. Don't need that right now. The smaller our deck becomes, the more likely it is that we draw our turtle, like that. Okay. But also triple bolt in bouncing our own Snapcaster Mage. Pitches the Spirit Guide, okay. Down to 4 with you. Now if he uses the Confluence, we can bolt him. Okay. Okay. Plays a 7/7. Sure. Oh, and he concedes. Okay. Well, yeah, as I mentioned, this was the 3-2. So I like the Bonecrushers all in all. Not sure that Yidaro is fast enough on average. Like, it was good in turns where we had time and could use our mana, of course. There we could make some good use out of it. Eventually, the 8/8 hits the battlefield. And sometimes the game goes till turn 10 anyways, and you can hardcast it for a hasty swing. But I don't know if I like it more than Bonecrusher and Thing in the Ice. But yeah, that is what I wanted to get out of my system, so I hope you enjoyed the leak, this heavy Tron leak, and yeah, till next time guys, bye bye.